All right, the Seattle Seahawks get the guy everyone else wants. And that's why the Seattle Seahawks, I've noticed lately, have kind of been a little trendy. I'm starting to hear about them a little bit more like a team to watch in 2024. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel talking about teams and stories that don't get the love nationally like they should. Detroit Lions were underdogs forever. Finally good. But we know what that's all about, to kind of be forgotten about. Everybody kind of forgets about you. So the Seattle Seahawks, here's why they're going to be good. And this article right here prompted it was basically three reasons why the Seattle Seahawks will not be worse than last season. And the reason is Mike Macdonald, your head coach. Everyone is looking for this type of coach right now. Attention to detail. He comes from the Jim Harbaugh tree, the Harbaugh tree. And what you've learned from Jim Harbaugh is that he's all about attention to detail. And so when you see Jim Harbaugh and he turns around every single team he goes to, every single team, this is his thing. Details, 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 all the way to the way you fold your towel. Like, if we're going to do it, let's do it right type of thing, which is completely opposite than Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll, and this worked for him for a while, was it's loose, it's free. Let's just play loose and free. Like, that's the thing. So there's no more basketball hoop, start fast quote. So speculation was that Macdonald's a consummate teacher and that much of his staff is as well. They were rumored to be smart, communication oriented, and detailed specific, and that continues to be the reports out of camp. So what you're getting, if you're a Seattle Seahawks fan, is it was just time for a change. And so you're getting a coach that's attention to detail. He's a motivator. He's very smart. But he's also a player's coach. I think you can be both. You don't have to be Matt Patricia or Bill Belichick, where you're like really smart, but you just can't even talk to your players. Like, you can be very smart, engineer oriented mind, attention to detail, and still be like cool. Like, because Pete Carroll was super cool and all that, but like, this is both. So I think you got to be excited if you're a Seahawks fan about that. So Mike McDonald was asked how he was going to use analytics and how that will impact his decision-making process. So again, talk about a smart guy. So it's like, all right, how are you going to use analytics? Are you going to be over analytic? His response is perfect. Good data is good data. You want to be able to let that drive a lot of your decisions, but there's a human element as well in real time. Those will drive how we game plan throughout the week, how we communicate, how the players expect us to call things. We want to be aggressive, but in order to do that, you have to be good at those situations. Very good. We need to be a good short yardage team. We need to be able to move the people off the ball. We need to be able to operate. So those are the things that you're going to consider in those situations. I love what he's saying. So what he's saying is, yeah, you can be all analytical. Hey, it's 4th and 2 at the 35. You go for it. That's what the analytics say. Yeah, but what if we can't? What if we're not good at 4th and 2s? What if we can't get 2 yards? That's what he's saying. Like, I'm not going to be an idiot just because it says we're supposed to go for it. Yeah, well, we haven't gotten 2 yards all game. Let's kick the field goal, take 3 points. I know we're still down by 10. Like, so he's not just brainiac. I'm just going to go with the numbers. It's like, I'm going to follow what we're supposed to do. And, or I'm going to follow my gut. I don't feel for this, man. We've been stopped on short yardage all game. Something we're not good at. Let's go. Or, man, we're not supposed to go for it here. The analytics say kick the field goal, but man, we got 2 good plays. Like, those are the situations. And that's what I love about Mike Macdonald. He just gets it. All right, another reason why the Seattle Seahawks won't be worse is the defense literally can't be worse. The team was already near the actual worst in the league at third down defense, first downs allowed, run defense, and red zone defense, and they still finished 9-8. This is why you got to be super optimistic. You bring in a defensive head coach, attention to detail. He's gonna fix this. I mean, a couple of these that are just brutal is first downs allowed. That says that teams are staying ahead of the chains and that your opponent is facing 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, if they are facing third downs, but they're getting first downs on 1st and 2nd down. So they're not even in difficult situations. If you allow that many first downs allowed, run defense, you just can't win when you give up when you're bad at run defense. You have to stop the run. Everyone knows that in every level of football. And they still finished 9-8. They were still hard to put away. So, having brought in a defensive mind, things are going to definitely change. And you're right, you can't be any worse than all that. So, improving a couple of those areas, it's a no-brainer. And Geno Smith. Geno Smith is in his third year starter in the NFL. Similar to the conversion about the defense, and nearly impossible that Smith would be worse. 100%. We can look at, and I'll look at these numbers here where it shows this is his pressure rate. He was under pressure almost 41% last year. This is a big deal because he's kind of running, right? He was just kind of on the run, never comfortable. So the fact that you would think Geno Smith going into year 3 that he would get worse is hard to believe. So your quarterback's going to get better. Your defense is going to get better. You have attention to detail that you have not had. The thought that the Seattle Seahawks would just be like, yep, getting worse. It's hard to believe. And they won 9 games last year. So you win 2 more games. That's 11. You're in the playoffs. Now those 2 games, it's not just like you win 11. Now, what if that one of those other games comes against the Rams? What if that comes against the Niners? You're in a tough division. Everybody knows it, but make the playoffs, right? Like 2 more wins, you're in the playoffs. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one. I think the Seahawks are a team that are going to surprise people. People are starting to kind of pick up on it because it's like, wait a second. They won 9 games last year. What if they're just middle of the pack defensively? And that is all you're asking for, by the way, from your defense. The days of elite defense, win your championship, Ravens, yeah, that's great. And hey, if you got one of the top 5 defenses in the league, you're going to be good. But you don't need that anymore because your offense should be scoring. You just got to keep you in games, but you can't be just blown out of games because your defense can't hold up. Now your offense is pressing the whole thing. Just be middle of the pack defensively, which they will be. Geno Smith's going to get better. New coach, new energy, just a newness, new refresh that the Seattle Seahawks needed without rebuilding it, right? That's the big key. They didn't have to go in and rebuild everything. Just kind of got a new coach, new refresh, and they should be good. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we will see all of you on the next one.